Hi YouTube, Dave here with another video. Genesis Gaming have provided me with their Radon 720 headset for today's review. Hailing from Poland, Genesis Gaming provide a whole range of headsets, keyboards, mice, speakers, microphones, cases, the list goes on. Let's start with a look at the box. It's obvious here that Genesis Gaming's theme is black and red, and the marketing material overall is clear and concise. Opening up the box, we are greeted with a second brown box with the logo and Radon 720 printed on it. Inside we find the headset sat on a clamshell. Disappointing to see it's plastic and not a moulded egg box style paper insert. The final thing to note is the quick installation guide included below. The headset itself looks very nice out of the box, and it's clear to see some attention to detail has been given. The headset frame consists of two black metal bars which merge directly into the headset cups. Inside the frame is a self-adjusting pleather headband on thin metal wiring, which is neat and works really very well. The headband also has the Genesis logo stamped onto it. This is attached to the frame in a minimal black plastic housing attached on each end with 4 silver screws. Being the only thing silver on the headset, I can only assume it's an aesthetic choice. Moving down to the housing, and it's an all black affair, and I'm pleased to say the large foam ear cups are soft and do a great job on noise isolation. Now my only complaint, and I recommend this gets looked into in the next revision, is the lack of swivel or rotation in the cup housing. I found when wearing the headset for an extensive amount of time that the pressure from the angle of it on my head pushed below my ears more than normal and left me with a dull ache on either side of my face. Of course, your mileage may vary, but I found the fixed angle to be very uncomfortable, and as it stands, I cannot recommend it for prolonged use. There's no denying the ear cups look and feel plasticky, but overall it's very solid. Regardless, almost all headsets have plastic construction anyway. The housing is covered on the outside with a metal mesh and plastic housing with the Genesis logo in the centre. This is all enhanced once the headset is connected to the PC and the internal red LEDs come into the picture. The mesh I mentioned just now adds vibrancy, and the logo stands out as clear as day. Now that we see the red accents, I can move on to the cable. It's 2 meters or 6.5 feet long and has a very nice feeling black and red braid covering it, and terminates with a USB Type A connector. On the rear of the left ear cup is a volume wheel, and taking a look at the front, you may have noticed a small bump. This is a discrete microphone housing. The microphone on the Radon 720 is sat inside this housing, and I really quite like this implementation. How it performs we will see shortly, but hint, it's pretty good. Under the hood, Genesis have implemented 50mm drivers which sound fantastic. This is due to the integrated XEAR, spelled X-E-A-R, so I hope I'm pronouncing that right, USB sound card Genesis have put inside of this headset. Let's talk some specifics. The speakers have a frequency response of 20 to 20,000 Hz and a sensitivity of 120 decibels and a 32 ohm impedance. The microphone has a frequency response of 20 to 16,000 Hz and a sensitivity of minus 42 decibels. Now, let's plug it into the PC and check out the included software package for the Radon 720. So I figured that this would be a good time to jump onto the computer, plug the headset in, and talk to you through the microphone that's built into the headset. So that's what I'm doing right now. It'd also be a good time to show you the software package that you can download on the Genesis Gaming website. So all I've done so far is just installed the software package, and I've loaded it up. To navigate, you go to what you want to configure, and you can right click. So there's the volume control menu. So you can monitor your microphone through the speakers on the headset. I've just set it to 100%. You have the sample rate as well, which you can change from 44.1 kilohertz to 48. I've just picked the higher one. There's a Sing Effects menu, which allows you to add some echo if you like that sort of thing, as well as turn on. They have like a magic voice sampler, which I think is quite funny. So hopefully you can hear it change the effects, but that's monster.
Cartoon.
Male.
And female.
So yeah, not entirely sure what that sounded like, but hopefully that worked for you guys. And then finally, there's just microphone boost, which is automatically enabled here on the microphone menu. I think that comes up as AGC, which is like automatic gain control. So that's it with it enabled. And if I disable it, then this is what I sound like with it disabled. From my many gaming sessions I've had with my friends and my brother, I've been told that enabling it like I've done now does actually make it sound a lot better. So I'd recommend that you guys leave it enabled as well. Moving on to the headphone itself, we have the volume control, which I found the sweet spot is pretty much smack bang in the middle at 50%. Obviously it depends on your preference. Again, I've set it to 48 kilohertz for the sample rate. The equalizer, it's nice to see that they have set up some default for music equalizer things, but I just prefer it on default. Like overall, for listening to like all the different variety of music that I listen to, as well as for gaming, I just feel like not even enabling the equalizer or just setting it to default is actually just like the perfect spot. So yeah, that's that just goes to show that they've done a lot of work for tuning it before it's before it gets sent from the factory. So that's great. There's also the environment effects, so you can if you're into that thing, you can add a whole bunch of effects as well. That's just on the sound for the room size and things like that. Not really into that personally, but it's nice to see it included all the same. Next we have the virtual speaker. This is the 7.1 surround. To enable the virtual 7.1 surround, you have to enable that. And then obviously to enable the surround max, again, the virtual speaker has to be enabled. I actually quite like how it sounds. I personally, I feel like a lot of the like virtual surround stuff just sounds a bit gimmicky, but I'm actually quite a big fan of how the surround sound sounds, so I'm going to leave this enabled. And then finally there's key shifting for pitches and vocal fading and things like that. I just found that enabling it, it didn't really have an effect for me where I was like, this is better to leave it enabled. So again, I just chose to leave it disabled. But this is a review, so it needs to be mentioned.
So let's get talking about sound quality. Music to start. I grabbed my mix of genres playlist, which gives me a mix of variety and music frequencies. I'm happy to tell you the headset performs well, with well-balanced sound delivering good highs, mids and lows across the board. Gaming performance is again well delivered as expected, and the 7.1 virtual surround sound implementation works very well too, giving me excellent situation awareness in FPS titles such as Battlefield 5 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the two you'll typically find me on. Alright, some final thoughts. The Genesis Radon 720 is aimed at gamers wanting decent performance for a great price. The red and black theme is something to be aware of, and while I'm personally not a fan, I grew to like it the more I used it. Priced at pennies under £40 on Amazon UK at the time of this review, you'll get a headset that delivers brilliant sound and a unique microphone implementation that again sounds excellent and is backed with a 24-month warranty. I just cannot recommend it because I didn't find it comfortable below my ears, and for me it's the Achilles heel that sends it crashing back down to earth. Had where the frame attaches to the housing used or had some swivel to make the ear cups sit more flush to my ears, the Genesis Radon 720 would have received our Gold Award without a shadow of a doubt. Though again, I must stress, comfort is subjective and you may or may not have a problem with it. A big thanks to Genesis for providing the Radon 720 in for review, and I look forward to seeing the second revision, hopefully where it's fixed, and it'll get a Gold Award, I'll tell you right now. I've been Dave for Player TV. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, the next review, I have 2 mice, again from Genesis coming, so stay tuned for that. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, sorry. Hit the bell to get a notification every time a new video comes. Press the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Let's talk some... Hi YouTube, Dave here with another video. Genesis Gaming have provided me... Hi YouTube, Dave here with another... Let's talk some... Let's talk some... I can't talk. Let's talk some specifics. Go down. Let's talk some